Hi, welcome to KPKN. I'm delighted to have you here once more. Well, are you a parent who is unsure of what to do next after having your child or children? Or are you a parent seeking for support to addressing or resolving the negative impressions you may have unintentionally convert to your children? This episode is for you. The topic of consideration today is what every parent must know. A lot of persons are so eager and excited to be and to be called parents. And that's okay because it's a thing of joy to have oneself taste the pudding of procreation. But do we really understand what parenting entails? That is a ministry, an office precisely ordained by God, and that it means so much to Him. Well, let's check it out from the book of Genesis 18, verses 19, NIV precisely. And it says, "For I have chosen him so that he will direct his children and his household after him to keep the way of the Lord by doing what is right and just, so that the Lord will bring about for Abraham what he has promised him." It is substantial to know that children are God's soft spot and that they are the weak point of His glory, the effusions of His presence, and it takes Him nothing to release them to us as children. But the challenge is our readiness to raise and guide them in accordance to God's will and purposes for their lives. From the scripture read, we observe that until Abraham directed his children or household, the blessings or the promises of God towards him remained inaccessible to him. Eli the prophet missed it when he failed to direct and correct his children, Hophni and Phinehas, appropriately. Being a parent shows that you have been chosen by God to carry out this huge rewarding project, and it requires intentionality and commitment to achieve success. We are to instruct and guide our children into discovering and aligning with God's purposes for them on earth. And mind you, the enemy wouldn't take it lightly. That is why we need to stay mindful of our job description and invest all it takes. I oblige that we start on the note of answering the following questions. If everyone in your family were to be like you, what will your family look like? If everyone in the world was to behave like you, what would the world look like? And what legacy would you want to leave behind when you are gone?
Having reflected on the questions and probably decided on what ground to stand on, it is equally important to know that our children will be extending our lives in unique manner. So the most influence that you have on them is the example that you set for them while they are growing up, especially when you're under stress. They tend to develop a clear picture for themselves of how adults are supposed to behave in the world.
Imagine a child raised in a family where suspicion, anger, selfishness, nonchalantness is portrayed. What do you think will be the outcome of that child? Of course, he's going to uphold such character tenaciously. We must never be content with simply protecting our kids from the world. Rather, our goal is to equip them with the right attitude and character to help change the world. Meanwhile, do not withhold correction from your child. Correct them constructively, and you can ask me how. Sometimes show them that you are also vulnerable to making mistakes. For a lot of parents portray perfection, but right inside they are really hurting. This character of extreme perfection from some parents tend to kill their child's desire for improvement, having seen his inability to match up with his parents' personality or social presence. they tend to give up and get frustrated. But when they are aware of the fact that perfection is the destined life to be grown into, you see them desirously adjusting towards that ideal life of generosity, patience, love, unity, and forgiveness. Let the world we desire and pray to live in be created from our homes so that when we are out of this world, we'll be rest assured that we left the world in incredible hands. Peter Stroppel opines that legacy is not leaving some things for people, it's leaving some things in people. Let's take a quick glance of some persons whose parents' life rubbed off some goodness on. We hear from Hilaria Kay, whose mother's resilience and entrepreneurial spirit helped her navigate the challenges of business, and Rachel Cedarbaum, whose mother's example of determination and strength inspired her to start her own tutoring company. Larry Naylor, the founder of E Entertainment, shares how his mother's values and humility have guided him in foreign markets, while Katie Zamra honors her mother's quiet strength and dedication that influenced her path to success. Well. Let's give some thumbs up to our mothers. Well, I still believe that there are amazing fathers out there who also have done noble jobs with their parenting offices. However, Jesus Christ is the perfect example. He laid down his life for us and stripped himself of his dignity to have us enthroned. So, incredible parents, let's strive to keep the flag up and waving and inscribe indelible signatures of virtue in our children's life. Well, I'm optimistic to know that you got a thing or two from this episode, and I'll actually appreciate to share your unique thoughts and views. Please kindly drop your comments down below the comment section, and if this episode or this video was helpful to you, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're yet to subscribe, please hit the subscription bell to enable you get connected. Thank you. I love to see you next video.